Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage.
Hey, Ray, thanks for joining us on today's video. Listen, 72 Chevelle Super Sport, nicely decked out, great looking paint, drives like a dream. Now, let me say something else to you. We were rummaging through the car, and guess what we found? The build sheet. Pieces of it, which is really cool, and I want to show you guys this as well, because this is what authenticates whether the car was a real Super Sport or not. And if you look inside here, it's got the Z15 SS350 group, all right? It's got a couple more options down here. This is just the pieces that we found. We have the original, this is just a picture of it. We're just keeping it on the dash of the car. But we have all these pieces that we found, which is cool, man. It's like finding like an archaeological dig. Just really, really cool. All right, so let's move on to paint, because the paint on this car is beautiful. And I have to tell you that as you look down the sides of this car, this is really important that you're doing this, is you look at fit and finish and the gaps. Like, how does the car work? What happens when you open and close the door? Do you have to slam it 15 times to get it to close? Does it line up properly? This is nice. So you got new emblems, new stainless, bumpers, trim rings, all that stuff around here. And then you say, well, that's all nice, Tone, but what about the paint? What about the paint, you keep asking me? Stop hawking me about the paint. Here's the paint, come on. Look at this, look at that paint. Huh? What time is it, you say? You say, what time is it? Let me show you what time it is. Look at that. And on top of it, this is nice too, because you can't even feel the stripes. And the reason that's important to you is because that means that the prep of the car is done properly, meaning it's block sanded to get ready to be painted. And then it's laid on the black paint, which is then wet sanded and nice and smooth. Then they go ahead and lay down the stripes on top of here, wet sand that, and then they clear over everything over the whole car so that as you're washing and waxing the car over years, it doesn't tear away at the stripes and they wear off prematurely, okay? That's an important feature on these things, and you wanna make sure that, that you get that done. Even if you don't buy this car here, you need to make sure that if you get a car or you have something like that, it's best to get the top of the car clear coated, because eventually those are just gonna wear off, all right? Okay, let's keep walking around for a minute because there's some important stuff on here. I love these style wheels that came out in '71. I just think that is a great looking wheel, whether it was a Camaro or the Chevelles. Looks great, got a brand new nice set of radials on the car. Got the SS call outs, the hood call out there. And this right here, normally I don't love a vinyl top on a car, but for some reason on this it works. It makes it look like it's a convertible, which is really nice, and then you're not having to spend $50 gazillion on it to get a convertible Super Sport. As you know, those are very pricey, okay? This car is priced awesome too. Correct SS tailpipes, new bumpers, emblems, trim around there, upgraded stereo system in the car too, so you can cruise, but this car has a killer exhaust system. All right, so come over here for a second. I want you to see this. It's got the F41 suspension back there, so you got the sway bar, detailed undercarriage, control arms are there, gas tank is painted. You can see the exhaust system is new. Nicely done all in there. All right, let's go check underneath the hood. All right, let's take a peek under the hood. All right, cool. So this is nice. You can go to a local car show, open the hood, you won't be embarrassed by the muck and ugliness. This looks great. Got the cowl induction air cleaner on here, got the right fan shroud on here. Some other cool stuff, if you walk around, I want to show you a couple small things. You still got power steering, which we forget to ask about. Power steering is a nice thing. This car has power steering. It has power disc brakes. Okay, and just everything kind of detailed and ready to go. Got the good looking hood up here. It's got the insulation inside. You can see the grill's been detailed, new emblems, bumper, headlight trim rings, turn signals, stuff like that. Looks great. So I think you'd be awfully happy with this. By the way, we'll be painting this right here. Well, this gets to be black. Has a cover that goes on it, looks very nice. I wanted to get the video done before we were able to replace that, but that obviously will look much nicer when it's not in there, okay? Okay, let's take a peek in here. Okay, what I did was I pulled the mat out of here so you could see. This is kind of important too, is I wanted you to see how deep the ridges were in the trunk itself. It's splatter coated correctly. Okay, you see some shadows and whatever from being inside the shop here, but this is all really nice, and I want you to see how deep these things are. They're not filled with mud and filler and what have you. It's had a new trunk pan put in it over time. Jacking instructions are there. It's painted nicely in here. New weather stripping around here. Okay, obviously we talked about new bumpers and taillight trim and things like that before. So That looks really good and detailed. All right, the inside is very nice. Listen to that, what a nice sound too. Little stuff like this has a Super Sport dash on it, but it also has an upgrade. It has the factory tack in it. Not every tack and not every dash has the factory tack. They get the Super Sport with a speedometer and a clock, and this one here with this upgraded piece here, as well as the rest of the gauges. This has an upgraded kind of old school looking sound system, but digital as well, and it sounds really nice with the whole sound system going through there. Oh yeah, listen to that, mama. All right, anyway, heating system, blower works, new seat covers, seat foams, carpet, got the correct Super Sport console in it, headliner, visors, like all this little detail stuff's been done. And on top of it, this car runs so well. The engine that's been in it, we're told it makes quite a bit more power than it came from the factory. And so we drove it, and they're absolutely right. I don't know what the horsepower is, but it is well over what it came with from the factory, and it sounds spectacular. So how about I fire it up for you so you can hear what it sounds like. All right, in closing up the video, here's what we're talking about. All the other stuff aside, real Super Sport, spectacular black paint, fast, good looking, nice options, nicely restored. You could take it to a show if you wanted to. You could take it out to dinner. They're gonna push that Porsche or that Jag out of the way. They're gonna park this thing out front, and everybody who walks out front is gonna go, wow, look at that thing, man. That thing is cool, old school. Anyway, call us, 301-816-1000. Get yourself a real Chevelle Super Sport here at Flemings.